GM everyone. Welcome to the OpenAD Town Society Hong Kong live stream session. I'm Yuki, Hong Kong lead of Town Society. So Town Society is the loving community empowering the town blockchain. We're here to connect, to contribute, and bridge town with the real world. Today, let's welcome the guest speaker, Daniel from OpenAD Protocol. Daniel is the partner for OpenAD and work closely with Town Society. They support and boost town ecosystem largely in the past period. So we'd like to take this chance to understand better about OpenAD, and would like to hear the latest updates of the 2025 plan. Okay, so first of all, could you please introduce yourself, your team, tell us a little bit about your background? Daniel.
Thank you. I'm glad to have the opportunity for tonight. And we come from a combination of advertising background as well as gaming and crypto background. Our team
Mhm.
actually started to work on advertising from the year 2005, starting from Facebook ecosystem. And then we gradually migrated into Tapjoy as well as Tencent. And then later on, we see the opportunity of crypto, and
Mhm.
then sorry, can you hear? Can you still hear me? Perfect. Early last year, when we saw the strong growth in Tong ecosystem and the opportunity for a advertising platform in the ecosystem, we're quite excited, and we are quick in action and just joined big family.
Mhm. Great. Yeah. Because I know OpenAD has been working really closely with many projects on town and promote actively to for the user acquisition and the ad system to connect with projects and provide more user acquisition solutions. So do you mind to take this opportunity to tell us more about your current business model and the client landscape?
For sure, for sure. We OpenAD right now, I think we just reached 30 million daily active users. We have collaborated with 500 projects in both advertisers and publishers. I think in the past, majority of our client landscape lies in Eastern world, and we are aiming to proceed our success and spread our business into the Western world recently. Especially, I want to point out is since we saw the potential of town ecosystem, we find out there is huge potential collaboration not only from the crypto world but also from the Web2 world, which like a lot of companies are looking for business globally. So that's also the major growth for OpenAD right now.
Okay, so what's the priority market, or which market you have the most advantages for now? Because
Right
you
now,
mentioned looking into Europe, right?
yes, right now I think the primary market as an advertiser is still in the Eastern world. But with the growth and the collaboration with Town Nest and the Town Society, we are looking to expand the business globally.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. Okay, so the next question, a little bit duplicate, but I think we want to ask what's the main problems you can solve for town ecosystem? Like, if I'm the project owner, I have my own gaming platform, mini apps in town. So, how can you help me? What kind of special advantages you can provide to me?
I mean, for a new project starting in Tong ecosystem, we offer primarily two parts to help you to get started with. Number one, we offer a channel for you to get attraction, get attention in Tong ecosystem. That means
Mm-hmm.
we offer you to buy volume to get more users to pay attention to notice the new project you have as a platform. Above that, we also provide advertising strategy just paying money and get the result. Normally, especially in large internet company, you have in-house volume buying team, you have in-house system. Outside of the company, you have agencies, you have channels, you have different SFP, you have different ad exchange to try out, and then you try different strategies according to your product at different stage and at different speed. Then you got the strategy that suits your current status, and then the growth gradually come to the targeted goal and help you to reach your target ROI. So we not only provide technical service as an ad exchange, we also provide strategy services to help new clients quickly get familiar with Tong ecosystem as well as to find the best practice for themselves.
Yeah, you mentioned the strategy part, which is really attractive to the new startup projects, especially the one just start to explore Telegram and Town. I think it's a great starting point to onboard them with like an initial user acquisition strategy. So I want to know a little bit more about this section because say I'm a gaming mini apps or I'm a DeFi or AI project. Do you have different tailored strategies for to target like different types of business models?
For sure. For example, as a new project, when you first get started with, we want to know what stage your product level is. For example, do you already understand how you as a project are going to make money? Basically, what's your monetization model? Is it through like in-gaming sale of the items, or is it like kind of like a deposit money to get more function in the game, or is it advertising? I need to also point out is also a major revenue stream for any projects in not only Tom ecosystem, but basically like all the traditional gaming advertising make up about half of the revenue over there.
Mhm,
So you have to we have to find out what stage your product is at and
mhm,
where which is the direction you are heading to. After we realize that, we'll help you to find out a strategy or a pace at which you should grow your project. And then we'll finalize the details. For example, your ad material, which
mhm.
channel suits you better, which geograph location suits you better. Also, like what's the time slots for advertising is better for some places, uh, things like that. So it's a combination of different choices. It depends on the final goal and the final business model.
Yeah, sounds great. So I believe so. Since you talking to different types of projects every single day, for example, if like all of them are like AI agents, maybe you know which market you have tried a certain type of strategy, which works well for town users, which doesn't. So you can give like the quite mutual suggestions to them, and then put that into the strategy you tailor for them. I think it's really a big advantage, like as a platform. Great. Okay.
Yes.
So let's move to the next point. So I believe I want to know what value does OpenAD bring to the town ecosystem? I mean, it's a quite straightforward question. My personal opinion is like you are like a contact point. You're like connection center. You can connect different partners from the demand and supply side for user acquisition and then to explore a new market. So I want to know your opinion.
I think the fundamental uh, benefits we bring as a ad exchange is quite straightforward. We help new projects to get attention. We help mature projects for monetization. But I want to point out to the special value we bring to Tong ecosystem.
Hmm.
That with that being said, I think we are acting as the bridge between Telegram and the Tong ecosystem. What I
Okay.
mean by that is actually every day we know there are many users are using Telegram, they chat in Telegram, they play in Telegram, they communicate, they basically live digitally in Telegram. But all those behavior, all those activity, there is a gap between Telegram and the Tong as a blockchain. We OpenAD protocol, the major difference between us and a traditional ad platform is we bring data transparency to both sides of the table, to both the advertisers as well as to the publishers. In order to do that, we as a network, we publish user behavior, users Telegram behavior, and submit it as transactions into Town network. In that way, we are actually bridging the millions, hundreds of millions daily user activity from Telegram and connect them to Tong as a blockchain. Uh, More organically, we share the revenue, we share the benefits coming from both sides of the ecosystem through gas fee into Tong. And also we are not only doing this, kind of like on purpose just to connect both sides. We are doing this because advertising need transparency. There is a famous saying that says that like uh, only 50% of my marketing budget is valid. The problem is I don't know which 50%. That points out to this kind of like problem because of the lack of transparency, the black box operation leads to the efficiency of traditional advertising. But by using blockchain, we believe we can bring transparency, we can bring trust into the whole process. And also at the same time, while we are doing this, we are organically connected Telegram with Tong with Tong blockchain together. So I think that's the major value we bring to the Tong ecosystem.
Yeah, I agree with the point. You're the bridge to like the advertiser and the publisher. So you bring one more revenue stream for one side and a satisfied user demand for the other side. It's a really like how do you say well-rounded business model, and also as the bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, Telegram and Town. I believe you play as the important role to bridge every person like for different roles in this ecosystem, and also bring more activities to Tonga system. Okay, let's move to the next question. So I think this is more about the market demographic and the growth potential. So how do user demographically and growth potentially different based on your understanding of the Telegram user spread, also the town ecosystem?
I think this is the most exciting part to us because, to be honest, with other projects, I think every single project lines has their focus of a user group. For example, like I said originally, we start from Eastern world. We our user base is for sure most the focus we have more user in the Asian in the Eastern world. But
Mhm.
Tong as an ecosystem, we noticed the diversification of its user base, which means this diversification can supply us with the to fulfill as many requirements from different kind of advertisers, and also with the extensive user base, the number, we were able to find better strategy, because if the number is too low and if the number the user is too centralized in any area, the strategy is limited because of the centralization. But we
Mhm.
noticed that like Pong as a ecosystem is quite diversified, and that is the most beautiful part. And as well as for the growth part, I think Pong is not like any other blockchain. Um, it has user are naturally using Tong and using Telegram on their daily basis. They
Mhm.
come, they use, and they basically there is a user gathering every day here. What we have to do is along those progress while users are using the product we're offering, we find new opportunity to introduce and to connect good projects, good product with users' requirements. And this is quite different from all the other blockchains. Basically, user have to come there on some purpose to get started from, which can greatly limit its basically user base, user activity daily, and this is quite also quite attractive for all of our advertisers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with your point. Compared to other blockchain, Tang is the blockchain embedded in Telegram, and everyone in Web3 are using Telegram as the main messenger now, like these days. So I believe this is like give the shorter like this like give the quicker way for the initial user acquisition, especially for a startup projects. And then I think like demographically is somehow, like you mentioned, it connected to the user spread of the Telegram users. Like, for example, we have lots of users in CIS region, region, and Indonesia, etc. So it kind of correlated in somehow. So just by nature of because of the nature of the apps. So I believe OpenAD will tailor the strategy, also focus on the towards the market demand of a project, also try to maximize the advantages of the Telegram and Tong has by nature because of the app itself. Okay, so the number 5 question is, yeah, this is about Tong Nest. We want to introduce more to everyone. So Tong Nest is like a main incubation program promoting by Tong Society now, and we connected more loads of resources from like partners. For example, like OpenAD is one of our official partner now. Also, we connect the resource from like Town Foundation, Town Venture, and other venture partners, etc. So now I want to know your feeling, your experience in joining Town Nest as our official partner, and what kind of through this collaboration, what outcomes you are searching for, you want to achieve.
I think, first of all, it is great success to working as a partner with Tonnest, because we can get more exposure and more client potential from this incubation system. But at the same time, the reason we are so exciting about this collaboration is not only from Tonnest we receive a lot of potential clients, from our side, we were able to help more of the clients from our base, there are many there are many clients from basically we talk with them. Some of them are even Web2 clients. They
Mm,
don't know too much about Web3, but they want to.
mhm. You lost Daniel.
Sorry, can you hear?
That was good. Please continue.
Okay, perfect. Like I said, we also have a lot of potential teams as well as projects. Even some of them are from Web2, but they noticed that the opportunity in Tong, in Telegram, they want to be part of that. They asked us for help, but originally as a ad platform, the help we can offer is quite limited. We help them about their volume. That's the best we can help them. But by working with Tom Nest, we want to build a strategic partnership to bridge the potential large user base, not only in crypto world, but also in Web2 world, and with a diversify not only in gaming but also in other utilities like hotel booking,
Mm,
e-commerce, and we even have air conditioner brands looking to promote their business in Telegram. So
right.
by this collaboration, we were hoping we can not only help ourselves, we can also help all those of our clients to get them more resources to be more successful in Tong ecosystem. And in return, when the ecosystem grows to the next level, Tong as a ecosystem will grow even stronger. That's what we were hoping to achieve primarily. Of course, we also hoping, through Tongnet, we can open the Western market to get more exposure and get more branding built up over there.
Yeah, totally. I agree with your landscape. That's my hope as well. So yeah, just you mentioned like your like what you're looking for, your expectation from Townest, right? So Townest is like incubation center. We as the regional heads from global town society are injecting the good quality projects into the incubation center, and there are four levels of projects, like the starting level, like idea level, product mainnet level, and the third level they have already started to promote the project, try a little bit like a marketing strategy, test the product in the real market, and then start to generate some revenue. And the super level, they already generate like a 10K above US dollar monthly revenue. So there are different types of different levels of the projects. All of them potentially can be your clients. And also at the same time, we appreciate OpenAD give us the support to give some like credits, support to the early stage of projects, like to try the product, we'll try the platform for free to achieve some like initial user acquisition, traffic acquisition. I think is really, really great point to support an early stage project, to let them try for free, like how to elaborate their products in Telegram in town. And the back to your second point is you want to expand globally, because now this is our main incubation program for the whole town society, and we have hubs across the world, where they are like more like based on the project density levels, so that potentially can feed into your potential clients, like in CIS region, in Hong Kong region, Chinese communities, and the SEA regions, etc. Of course, like Europe market as well. So I believe in somehow like the volume and the connection spreading across the world can somehow to support your business model plan. That's what we can give back to you as like one of the partner to support us constantly. Also, I think in the near future, you mentioned the advantage of the Telegram and Town is the real life user case, right? You mentioned like someone buy real world products in Telegram. My understanding is there's e-commerce platform coming to build on Town as well, and we have tested the product. It work perfectly. Pay in crypto, and you can buy and acquire the real life products. So in the future, the trend is there going to be more and more Web2 platforms, like a super giant platform in Chinese community. Corporates gonna build downtown and potentially can be your partner and our partners in the future. Yeah, I believe the landscape gonna happen because it's already happening at the moment. I believe your efforts and our efforts gonna enlarge the phenomenons. Okay, next question. I want to talk a little bit more specifically about advertising because you're the expert in this area. So, given the background in the industry, what does the typical growth process look like for a project looking to expand on Telegram? Maybe give us like a one hour flow showcase to educate the early stage project.
For sure. I think we covered this topic partially with
Hmm.
previous questions, but
Yeah.
we recently incubate a gaming. The team is from NetEase, and they have a extensive experience in gaming development. And like I said, for any new team, for day one when they just launched in Telegram, we the first question we ask them is actually from their final goal. How are you gonna make money? How are you gonna survive or be successful in this awesome ecosystem? What's your direction on? Most, to be honest, what surprises us is most people actually don't know, or their first feeling is a little bit off, to be honest. And then we probably give, going to catch up with them about our previous experience on other projects similarly to them, especially when this is a game we have extensive experience with different kind of games. Uh, so after the final goal is set up, we help them to do the early attraction. Basically, we help them to expand their exposure in different advertising slots, and to help them quickly open up their first user base in Telegram. And later on, after this is set up, we will do what we call the more, what's the word? I
Tailor
would
the
say
strategy for
accurate.
them.
Sorry.
Sorry, continue, please.
Okay. More accurate strategy, which we try different A/B testing about their ad material, about their location, about different user base, languages, devices, as well as different user background text to try to find out which channel, what type of group of user is more suitable for them. And after that stage, when we find the qualified stream or channel for the projects, we we help them basically to more stabilize the volume or the growth process. And at the same time, we start to talk with the team about their revenue, about their volume monetization progress. We
Mhm.
give them advice on where in their product, if it's a game, for example, where they can put in the different kind of like different kind of ad format into their product and make a, because advertising is not like other stuff. It's a monetization of your user attention. As long as you have a solid user base, you can start to make stable money based on that user base. So this is quite important for especially early stage uh, projects. And then once we, we stabilize the growth channel, channel will still stabilize on their strategy, if there is still anything else we can help with. That's
Mhm.
basically a typical practice when a new team, if they come to us from day one, we will guide them from step by step to this.
I see. I think it's really you are play as role as like advertisement consultant for the new projects that just start to be downtown. Like because you've been talking to different projects every day, and you have the showcase to give them like the and like how to say hold their hands to know the whole path, how to start their marketing strategy, and then give them more higher quality strategy once they become your clients. Yeah, I believe everyone love strategy and like decent proposal to teach them step by step how to build on time, how to achieve traffic acquisition success, right? So yeah, I believe this is really attractive to the new projects just start to look into Telegram and town ecosystem. Considering the time, let's move on to the next question. So last week OpenAD released a research report on TG mini apps. Could you please share some key highlights and insights from the report?
I think most of the data is public on our Twitter. Everyone is welcome to see the report directly. There are
Mhm.
some findings which I personally think is quite interesting. I want to share here today.
Yeah.
Uh, we actually tracked about at least half a year's data about the mini app, like how the whole ecosystem grow and evolve from day one to what we noticed is originally majority of the projects are gaming projects,
Yeah.
uh, but along the way we noticed that the project type is becoming more and more diversified, and
Mhm.
that's quite interesting because we've heard from so many clients coming to us asking, "Hey, am I too late for a startup in Pong or in Telegram ecosystem? Is it too late to start to make a mini app?" So for to answer all of those questions, normally we will share the result with them. Number one, if you are if you want to build a game on Tong and the Telegram, you are not late because even though majority of the mini apps are games, they are evolving. They are not all kind of like the game, even though the numbers are there, but they are much more different, much more differ from each other. So
Mm.
it's still a early market, even for the most crowded channel, it's still a new early market. And for the other, especially the utility clients, we encourage them to try their best to get started early on Telegram because
Exactly.
the normal question we get from, for example, for the e-commerce, we incubate two e-commerce platform. The team asked us, is it too early? They are worried it's too early for Telegram to think of the e-commerce. But what we noticed is number one, some people are already doing that. Put everything else aside, different people, different team from globally, they are starting to build on this. I can't actually tell you it's too early or too late, but I know if you wait for they already become success and you start to get work on that, that must be too late for you. So I think that's the insights we want to share here.
Mhm.
I know it's a little bit anti first the feeling of most of the clients or dev teams. First the feeling is, am I too late? Am I too early? I think due to the research we saw on the market, this is quite active ecosystem. Different teams, different projects, even though existing projects, they
Sorry, they keep evolving from themselves, and they
Mhm.
are as well as for there are new types of projects are coming in. So I, I can't express my excitement about how diversified, how activity the whole ecosystem is. and it's never too late. Just get started today. This is what we get from the insights. Well, actually, this is the feeling. This is the feeling when we are doing this research we got from like internal of our team.
Thanks for sharing. I believe if the people watching this live stream, if you are interested about the detailed reports, go to OpenAD Twitter to have a read through the whole report. It will be very beneficial for the insights and more understanding about what's going on, what's the data, what's the performance with Tom and the Telegram. We lost Daniel. We're waiting for him to join again. So yeah, I totally agree with Daniel mentioned the hype, the excitement the market keeps bringing to Town and the Telegram, especially the new efforts we put into like the new venture injected into Town ecosystem, and also there are loads of varieties and the new creativity happening every day within different paths like gaming, AI agent, DeFi, our main focus this year, and loads of opportunities over there, like e-commerce. Daniel mentioned the first mover of advantage, of course, it exists. Like last year, the tap to earn game, like the big like leading games like Notcoin, Hamster, Catalyst, whatever, we keep talking about. Of course, it's a first mover advantage. That's why we encourage everyone to now than later. But don't be upset or worried if you think now is loads of success cases that only improve the potential of this ecosystem, and you can find your own advantage, productive feature to win in this market. Okay. Next question. I believe it's a similar to the points we have mentioned earlier. Unless Daniel wanna to add on more points about the important factors, the early stage project need to be aware of when they start to grow in Tonka system. Maybe light touch, or you think we have answered?
Yeah, I think we covered most of part of it, and I want to quote your words. Get started quick is the key to success in.
Yeah, exactly. Never too late. Okay. When it comes to ads campaign, some teams report great result, while other feel they don't seem too much impact. Commerce underperform. Oh, okay. I believe it's like the more or less similar question, but this one we want to expand a little bit more about what's the weakness, or what's the reason of the underperform. Maybe the team can work more towards in what direction to can help them to achieve the high growth.
For sure. like I said before, I think advertising is far more than, for example, paying $1,000 getting 10,000 users to my product. It involves the tailor of your product. They determine how to promote your product, which channel to promote your product. It involves not only the ad strategy but also the strategy of your product itself. So, like the example I shared, the large internet companies, they have in-house volume team, they have in-house system, and outside the company they have 4A agencies, the large ones. They have quite a lot of choice options of different SSP, different channel on the market, with the help and with the trial of several million dollars every year to find the final successful one, successful channel for some of them. So I'm just saying, advertising is more than paying money to get the final results. It's more like a co-working progress. So by saying that, I'm encouraging all of the project team to get a get a better expectations from advertising and be more prepared to and to know to get more experience in how to get the best practice. There's a journey to the best practice, not it's just not day one's result on the street.
Exactly. I totally agree. Like maybe some companies they have loads of enough budget to throw the money to test the different marketing channels, but be careful, especially for the early stage projects on time. Just like learn about the marketing strategy before you actually spend large budget. Test the different channels. You can try TGS. Everyone, hunger for that. Try other platforms like OpenAD. They have experience in connecting with projects. Came up with strategy, and at the same time, it's a platform to aggregate like both sides, demand and supply. So yeah, like do your own research to understand the user behavior, to the user preference in Telegram and Tong, also match to your own product feature. At the same time, try different platforms, different channels for marketing. Great. Okay. Next question, I think it's the last question. Your report mentioned the concept CPW, cost per wallet, with the integration of Web3. How do you see the future of the advertising evolving? What key changes do you anticipate in the industry? Please.
Advertising is a business of data. It's a business of know your customer. I think there are juggernauts on the internet industry like Google Ads, Tencent Ads. They have majority of using scenario. For example, the Google search, Yelp, YouTube, and many other places. So they already gathering enough data about one user. They know what the user know before. There's a joke. Google knows before you know you are getting a flu on the street. I think in Web3, there are two things we can change. Number one, we don't have to build that data monopoly from top up. We can build up the data monopoly from bottom up. By saying that is with the user permission, we don't have to own, for example, Google search, Yelp, to be able to get users' data because user grants their access for a protocol to get access to their user data, and along the way, users should get a fair share of their value from their personal data along the process, along the advertising progress. The other, the second part, why we are using Web3, why we are using crypto to in advertising is because the intransparency in traditional advertising is a problem for not only advertisers, it's actually a problem also for publishers because no one actually knows what's in the middle, even though in a perfect system, maybe no one's acting maliciously, but the cost of trust still exists.
Yeah.
I even though two person are acting perfect normal because I can't trust you, there is a cost added to the transactions between us.
Mhm.
So Web3, that is no longer a problem, and with the transparency like that, the user is more comfortable, is more confident to sharing their personal data and to enjoy the deserved value to them personally. The cost per wallet here is just an example, a concept of like the difference we can make here. We all know if I know that person has a net asset, let's say over $2 million, many projects are more willing to pay, let's say $20 to get that user to click on a advertisement. But the problem is the advertisers are gonna say, how do you know he has $2 million? The user is gonna say, if I expose my data to the third party? Am I get in trouble? Is there anyone can get my personal information? And the publisher, where it's gonna worry, okay, if I've already got those data, and I might also be able to get a fair cut during the advertising progress. So all of those trusting issues can be solved with crypto technology. That's why I think Web3, or the combination of advertising and the crypto, is the final answer to, or if it's a final one, it's a much better answer to our current solution in advertising industry.
Great. I really love the selling point of OpenAD, the transparency. It's like super consistent to the decentralized world we're creating in Web3. I believe you as a project, you can try and look into it, and you would know the whole cycle, and then there's gonna be certain level of transparency to bring you more insights of how this advertisement work for your project, so help you define the best strategy. Okay, thanks again, Daniel, for attending today's live stream evening. So we have covered all the questions we prepared. It's a lovely conversation. We want to thank again for OpenAD Protocol's support to TownNest, our the incubation center program we are creating, like leading by Town Society. We're also looking forward to meet more partners like OpenAD to join us, help us to get more support, well-rounded support to our projects at different levels. If you are a project builder, welcome to join TownNest. You can meet the lovely partner like OpenAD to get support from them, like for free. So why not to join us and find your common friends to build on town together. Okay, this is our session today. It's coming to the end. I want to say thank you to Daniel again for the amazing sharing to all the insights you bring to us, and also the platform, the project you are building on with your team. Hopefully we can, contribute to town ecosystem in a higher level, next level together, work together. Okay, so this is the end of our today's session.
Thanks, for
Daniel.
the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. So bye-bye, everyone.